One of the first things you'll want to do when you first start playing Amazon's New World is to reallocate your attribution points. So first, let's learn about attribute points and what they mean for your character. When you first arrive in Eternum, your character will have 5 points in each of the core attributes, and you cannot drop below that 5-point minimum. Each time your character levels up, you are granted an attribute point to spend on whichever attribute you choose. Gains from attributes are soft-capped at 60 points. If you feel you've placed a point in error or want to switch up your total point allocation, you can respec your attributes for a small fee of coin. Early in the game, respecs are free, so players have an opportunity to experiment without paying the respec fee. So what are these attributes and how are they used? Let's take a look. Strength governs your power with melee weapons. Heavy melee weapons such as the Warhammer scale their damage exclusively on strength, while lighter melee weapons like the sword scale their damage primarily on strength, but also slightly on dexterity. Dexterity governs your effectiveness with ranged weapons. Bows and muskets both grow in power as your character's dexterity increases. Lighter melee weapons also see a benefit from your dexterity, but not as much as they gain from strength. Intelligence governs your power with magical weapons, including any magical perks your weapons might have. Both purely magical weapons like the Fire Staff and physical weapons with a magical perk, such as a flaming sword, grow in power based on your intelligence attribute. Focus governs your mana recovery rate and your skill cooldowns. Higher focus not only means that you can cast more spells more regularly, but also that you can use your cooldown-based abilities with a higher frequency. And Constitution governs your overall health pool. The higher your Constitution, the more damage you can sustain before succumbing to your injuries. Now in New World, there won't be any classes, but that doesn't mean we can't create them. Since there aren't any classes, I predict that most people will go with a melee and ranged weapon combo. For this situation, I would allocate my points this way: 8 points in Strength, 7 points in Dexterity, and 10 points in Constitution. I gave Constitution the most points because when you first start to play the game, you will probably die a lot until you learn to fight. Extra health will come in handy to help you survive. Add points to Strength and Dexterity as you level up, and by level 4, all 3 stats should be at 10 points each. It's up to you how you proceed from there. Now if you want to create your own class and want to be a fighter, I would use the same formula. 8 points in Strength, 7 points in Dexterity, and 10 points in Constitution. This combination will give you a strong melee weapon and ranged weapon, while giving your health bar a boost. To become a tank, I would allocate the attributes this way: 10 points in Strength, 5 points in Dexterity, with 10 points in Constitution. For the next 5 levels, add points to Constitution until you reach 15, since tanks take a lot of damage. It's up to you how you proceed from there. For mages, I would put points into Intelligence, Focus, and Constitution. 10 points in Intelligence, 8 points in Focus, and 7 points in Constitution. For the next 5 levels, put points into Focus and Constitution. From there, it's up to you how you proceed. I would ignore putting points into Strength or Dexterity, since you won't be fighting hand-to-hand. Rangers also don't fight hand-to-hand very often, since they will be using crossbows, bows, throwing hatchets, and muskets. For Rangers, I would allocate my attribution points this way: 5 points in Strength, 10 points in Dexterity, and 10 points in Constitution, since Dexterity is what Rangers need most. Over the next 5 levels, split your points between Strength and Dexterity. As a Ranger, you will probably shoot people from far away, but there will be times when someone will run up to you and engage you in melee combat too. This beginner tutorial should help you get to level 5 easily and allow you to practice allocating and respecing attribution points. Remember, the New World Beta starts July 23rd and lasts for 4 weeks, so it's the perfect time to try out these strategies to see what works for you. When the actual game starts on August 25th, everyone's progress will be reset to 0 and a new game will begin. If you found this tutorial to be helpful, please subscribe for more tutorials, strategies, and walkthroughs in the future, and I'll see you in the next show.